Hello friends, how is it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I just wanted to do a little get ready with me, playing with some older makeup, some throwbacky products, stuff like that. I created the look that you see right here, and we're gonna have fun. Whether you're here to do your makeup with me, whether you throw me on as background noise, either way, I appreciate you being here and hanging out and spending this time with me. Before we get into the video itself, as far as my accessories go, this is just an old basic choker. I don't know where it's from. And these earrings are from Spooky Doodle Club. So yeah, without further ado, I wanna just get into it, play with some makeup, do some throwbacks. It's gonna be fun. All right, friends, hello, how's it going? We're gonna dive into some makeup I particularly haven't touched in a while, and I'm really excited about it. I did already do my brows, everything except my final brow gel, and I did prime just because I like my primer to sink into the skin. And I used, when I haven't used in a while, I used my Halo Glow liquid filter from Alva, and I just love it. Like, even just this by itself on a no makeup day is just beautiful. It just gives your skin such a lovely radiance. I am absolutely obsessed with this, and I can't believe I haven't used it in a while. I feel like maybe I forced myself to stop using it because I was using it every time I did my makeup, and now I never use it. So I need to find a balance. And that's kind of where these videos come in. You guys seem to have a good reaction last time I did kind of a full face using my oldest makeup at the beginning of this month. So I was like, maybe I can try to do these older makeup videos every so often and just see how it goes. Records typically show that generally the audience of makeup people care about the newness and not so much the old stuff. But as long as these continue to gain some interest from you, maybe we'll do them every so often. So I know I would like that. I would love to be able to get use out of the makeup that I own and not only focus on the new, but we'll just see how it goes. It's a collaborative experiment between you and I. But we're gonna get into it. I don't know what this cut is. I did this in my sleep the other night. I think I got attacked by a monster. Let's do some foundation. I don't have like a ton of old like foundations, concealers, powder, so this kind of stuff is just kind of like just using what I have simply. But everything else is older throwbacky things. But I actually haven't used this one in a while. It's actually my #1 favorite in my collection, the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac. I just haven't used it in a hot minute, so I figured we would today. I'm just gonna do a little bloop on my hand there. I like this because it's very much kind of a, I think it's described as, yeah, it's described as medium coverage. I would say it's light medium buildable. I'm gonna add a little drop of my Rare Beauty Afterglow serum. I usually mix this into whatever foundation I'm using, just to sheer it out a little bit more and add even more glow. I feel like I'm always adding a serum or a highlighter into everything. But we're just gonna go to town. What are you doing today? It's Friday as I'm filming this. I think this video is going up in a couple days. I'm just getting ready for work currently and hanging out with you. What's new? What have you been up to? What's going on? Do you have any plans? I guess the weekend will have already happened. So did you do anything fun over the weekend? I'm going to our town's like Renaissance Festival, medieval fair, if you will. I think it's gonna be chaotic though, because it's usually multiple weekends, but this year it's only one weekend, so it's probably gonna be crazy. I didn't even really want to go, but we have friends that are going and wanted us to go with them, so we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. And then we're going with Zane's parents on Sunday to watch the Mean Girls musical movie for the second time for us. I just loved it so much. I texted them and I was like, are you at all interested in seeing this? Because they typically like musicals. Because I want to see it again. And they said yes. So that's what we're doing. I do like this foundation a lot. It's so glowy. And I feel like it just looks like skin. It's so pretty. Aside from the gash in my forehead, it's looking pretty good. Concealer is my same old routine. I'm just going to use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh. Just going to plop this on my areas that need hiding, like the gash on my forehead. I literally don't know what I did to myself in my sleep. And then of course my Rare Beauty under eye brightener. Can't live without this. It's just too good. I think tonight we're actually gonna have a little movie night at home so I can finish the Hunger Games movies, because I've mentioned multiple times at this point, but I've been reading and watching them for the first time ever, and I finished the first 3 books. I haven't gotten into Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes yet. That'll be February's task, but finished all 3 books this month, and we watched Mockingjay Part 1 a couple nights ago, so I think we're gonna watch Part 2 tonight, and I'm very excited to just kind of finish off this trilogy. I really, really loved it. And I'm really excited to dive into Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm just waiting for it to become available on my Libby app through my library, which I think will be any day now, so that's very exciting. We've also been watching the new Percy Jackson show, and I think I've mentioned I've never read those books, but do you think they're worth a read? Like, is that something I should go back and read, or are they like too juvenile? Like, is it too meant for children for me to enjoy, or is it good? All right, well, my skin is looking sufficiently good. Setting powder. Again, I don't really have an old one. I only have like literally maybe 2 setting powders, so I'm just gonna use my current favorite, the e.l.f. Halo Glow. The Halo Glow line is just so good. I love that primer, obviously. I love the powder. I love the bronzer wand. I have not tried the blush or highlight wands. I've heard that they're not as good as the contour bronzer wands. But I'm so intrigued because I just love everything from this line so far. I don't need more makeup at all. But I kind of want to just like go to an Ulta sometime and just peruse. Not even to buy anything, but just to like peruse and see what's out there. Maybe I'll do that sometime, like in a vlog or something. We can just like window shop at Ulta, just see what's out there. Because I really don't need anything new, but sometimes I just want to look. I miss the days where I would just like peruse Sephora and Ulta. I don't really do that anymore. I also just don't go like shopping like that very often. My first salon was in a mall, so I was able to just walk over to Sephora anytime I wanted. I don't like go out there. Although our Sephora's not even in our mall anymore. Our mall is decrepit. I think malls in general are just decrepit. I wonder like, when did malls stop being fun? Because I feel like they were so fun to go to as like a teenager. And then like, as I continued to go into adulthood, I'm 29, almost 30 now. Like malls are just not fun and they haven't been for years. Like, is it an age thing? Like, do malls just stop being fun when you like leave teenagehood, or are malls just not good anymore? I mean, I guess online shopping probably like changed the game with that. I feel like for me too, I also just have to really be in the mood to shop. I'm not like by nature a good shopper unless it's for like Halloween decor, spooky things, home decor, stuff like that is fun. But I don't love shopping for like clothes. That's stressful for me, not the most fun. For the perimeters of my face, I'm gonna continue using this High Glass from NYX. I actually have, I think, 3 more, because I stockpiled these when these were getting discontinued. I bought like 5 of them, and then I actually stopped using it for a little while just because I was scared of it being gone forever. But now that I know what it's like to not use this, since I went without it for a little while by choice, I'm not scared to like run out of these. So now I'm like, okay, I need to just actually use them, because the last thing I need is to have like bought a bunch of backups of this powder that I love, and then they all go expired before I have the chance to even use them. So that's what I'm doing now. I don't like to use this under my eyes directly because it's very glowy, as you can kind of see, very highlighty. But I like using it on the perimeters of my face to kind of set and continue keeping a glow. And I am pretty sure this got discontinued, which is very heartbreaking because it was such a good powder. I don't know why they did the thing. But on the bright side, I feel like the Halo Glow from e.l.f., it might not be as highlighty, but I like that because like I can set my under eyes with it, whereas I couldn't do that with the High Glass. So the Halo Glow, I guess, would be my alternative because it still leaves like a really pretty natural glow to the skin without it like completely mattifying you. It's really nice. Bronzer. I don't have a ton of bronzers, but I do have my Sigma Light Bronzer. I feel like I haven't really used this one in a while, so I figured we could use it today. I'm gonna use my Singe F05. Can you believe January is almost over? Do you have any fun plans for February? We are going on a cruise with our friends Allie and Corey, Allie of Allie Dawson here on YouTube. We're doing like a little weekend cruise with them. They invited us to join them quite a while ago, actually. This was a long time ago we'd planned this trip with them. Well, more like joined in on their trip they'd already had planned. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm also going to Montana to visit my best friend Mackenzie, and I'm really excited. Every time I tell someone, they're like, oh, it's so cold. And I'm like, yeah, I did that on purpose. I did not choose to go to Montana in February thinking it wouldn't be cold. I'm very excited just for change of scenery. I've never been up there before. Obviously, I'm mostly just excited to see her, but I am also excited to visit a new place like that I've never been to. Like I've never been to anywhere like Montana. So I think it's gonna be really cool. But I think those are our plans for February. Obviously, we have Valentine's Day / our marriage anniversary. We got married on Valentine's Day in 2020. Not even because it was Valentine's Day, just because that happened to be a convenient Friday that year. And I'm glad we got married when we did, because then the world blew up weeks later. It's crazy to think about. Like, we weren't even thinking about the pandemic or talking about it when we got married. And then just out of nowhere, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. I guess that's another thing happening in February, right? The new Avatar show on Netflix, I think. I'm excited for it. Being cautious about it, but I'm excited nonetheless. I think it has potential to be good. We can hope. Anything can be better than the movie that we do not speak of. Let's move on to blush. I want to use one of my Lethal Cosmetics ones because I haven't used these in a while. I kind of want to use this one. I think it's called Ornamental. Let me check. Let me surgically remove this from the palette. It is ornamental. I was right. I was correct. I'm just gonna dust some of this across my nose. This is an F40 brush from Sigma. Just want to add a little bit of color across the bridge of my nose, kind of dusting it into like my under eye bags a little bit. Just kind of getting that fluffed out. And then I'm going to just kind of tap this in my upper cheekbone into my temple area just a little bit. I love doing kind of a blush drapey kind of thing where it really just kind of fans out along this outer corner of my face. I think it's so pretty. This is such a pretty blush. I don't know why I don't use these more. They're gorgeous. I will say I used to store my blush palettes, and I consider this a blush palette since it's like in a palette. I used to store them back behind me with my eyeshadow palettes, but ever since my declutter series at the end of last year, I've moved my blush and highlighter palettes into my desk, and I feel like I use my stuff so much more often, and I kind of change out what I'm using more because I have so many things just like at my fingertips. It's been great. Love to see it. Cute. I am liking the vibes. Moving on to some freckles, just using my Nabla freckle marker, of course. I don't want to go too crazy, just gonna add a couple little guys kind of scattered about and just lightly tap them out. I just can't believe that my freckle product got dethroned last year. Like, literally, this is my favorite of all time. It's so good and so much cheaper, which is amazing because it was painful to spend like $30 on a freckle product every couple months, but it was the best until now. All right, for highlight, we're using a big throwback. Like, I don't think this exists anymore, but I want to use my Alva 2 highlight palette from Oden's Eye, and I want to use the shade Salamander. Honestly, petition for them to just like release Salamander by itself because it's so beautiful. It's like wet and like iridescent looking. You see how pretty that is? Oh, it's gorgeous. They need to release that by itself. I'm gonna use my B08 brush from Spectrum. This is specifically from the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. Just gonna highlight my nose and then all up in my cheekbones, which I'm actually shocked I'm highlighting right now. Lately I've been highlighting after I do my eyes, but I guess here we are. Oh, it's just so glassy. It's so pretty. They really should release this as a single. Honestly, they should expand their blushes and highlighters. I would not be mad to see it. That would be great. I mean, they started us out with some pretty good shades with the 6 they released of each, but I wouldn't be mad to see more. All right, cool. I'm pretty happy with where my face looks. I'm just gonna spray with my setting spray, my Rare Beauty one, and throw in my brow gel, and we'll move on to the eyes. All right, so moving on to the eyes, I want to use some big throwbacks. I want to use some of my old Game Beauty palettes. It has been a hot minute since I've played with these. So I have the Adventure palette here. It's just so pretty. They haven't released these little palettes in a while. Like, one's in this like theme, and then this is the Fantasy palette. They're just so cute. And I kind of thought pairing them together could be fun, you know? Kind of a fun, colorful little moment. I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I know I really want to incorporate Mana because this is just one of the prettiest shades. These marbled shades are just like so cool. They're just so rich and reflective and beautiful, and I feel like the little speckles of other colors. This one has like this like marbled orange. Like, they're just so pretty. Like, I love the marbled effect. It's so dimensional on the eyes. But I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do. Maybe we could do kind of a, maybe Boss into Mana on the lid, like purple into blue. And then maybe the blues could blend out into the greens, and then we could maybe play with the pink from Fantasy on the inner. Something like that. Let's just dive in. I'm gonna prime with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eye Primer. When did these palettes even come out? Was this during 2020 or was this like 2019? I know the Adventure was the first palette and it was like the end of a year when it released. And I feel like they've done pretty cool things since. I do feel like they've slowed down a bit, but I'm not mad at that. If anything, I feel like more brands should slow down a little bit. Like give people a little bit of time to like breathe and actually use the makeup they have before releasing something new. But I would like to see something new from Game Beauty, especially like in these themes. I think they're cute. All right, I think I have some brushes. I want to start with Courage from the Fantasy palette. I'm gonna use this S3 brush from Kaleidos. I'm going to stamp this in the outer corner of my eye. I can't believe how long it's been since I've used these. It's actually very exciting for me. It's like so rare that I get to play with my old makeup. So I really hope you guys continue to like this playing with old makeup, hopefully series, because I think this would be very fun for me. I'm just gonna smudge this along that lower lash line. Just kind of create a little bit of depth and dimension down here. Looking good, looking good. So far, so good. All right, let's dip into the Adventure palette. I want to blend out with Level Up and then into XP. So I'm going to start with Level Up with the E38 brush. It's a dual-ended brush from Sigma, but the E38 is the blendy side. And I just want to kind of fluff this along the edge of that blue. Kind of run it down and out, just creating a little bit of a gradient. And again, I am going to use that third shade to blend this out even more. So this is just going to be kind of my in-between between the blue into the brighter green. So far, I think it's going pretty well. Very happy with this. I guess on the topic of video games, since we're talking about gaming makeup now, have you been playing anything? I just play The Sims still. Right now, it's all I care about. Been streaming once to twice a week, depending on the week, and it's been really fun. Me and Zane's Twitch channel will be down below in the description box if you want to follow. Join in on the shenanigans. It's been a great time. Cute. I'm gonna take XP now with this ColourPop E2 brush, and I'm just going to start swirling this along the edge as well, focusing mostly on this like outer lower, just because I want that splash of color down here. I think it'll be really pretty, especially in contrast to the pink that I'm about to put in the front. Oh yeah, that's cute. I'm such a sucker for a blue-green. It always gets me going. It's good. All right, moving into Dreamland from the Fantasy palette. I'm just gonna take some of that. This is a Kaleidos S2 brush, and I'm going to add this splash of color in the front. Oh, that's cute. I just love this baby pink. I'm not done blending. I just had so much on my brush that I needed to add some to the other eye, and now I will work on kind of fluffing and blending. I do want this to be a pretty prominent splash of color in the front, but I do need to blend it out a smidgen before we start going in with all of these shimmers. I think it'll be so super pretty. I'm gonna take my NYX glitter primer now. We're gonna do a little bit of a cut crease because I do want to add a little bit of graphic liner into this look as well. So I'm just gonna take this flat brush. I'm going to kind of plop some of this glitter primer on my lids, and I'm going to kind of roughly start mapping out where I want my shimmers to go. So for me and my eye shape, I like to go just above my natural crease and kind of follow the roundness of my eyeball. And I'm stopping kind of in this outer corner where things are deepening up. So I'm gonna start with Boss from the Adventure palette. And this is gonna look kind of harsh and blocky because it's gonna be like dark against that baby pink. But when I add the graphic liner to break it up, it's gonna like create a little bit of a transition. So I'm gonna start with Boss. And I'm just going to kind of work this in that front part of my crease. Kind of taking just little bits at a time and building it up slowly. I want this to kind of feather into those blues in the outer corner. Kind of sort of something like that. And I am just gonna add a little bit more to this like front corner. So it's a little bit thicker purple in the front, and then it kind of tapers off as we get out here. All right, now dipping into Mana in the Fantasy palette. I'm just gonna use my finger, honestly, because it's just gonna get stamped in this lower part of my look, and I want it to just really fade into those mattes that I have in the outer corner. Oh, it's just so pretty. I mean, these palettes are older. Are they the most like show-stopping shimmers I've ever used in my life? Absolutely not. There's definitely been a rise in shimmer formulas since this came out. even from the brand itself. Like their newest Elemental palettes, they had some really pretty duochromes and multichromes. In the Persona 5 collection, they had some really pretty like singles, like multichrome singles. They were really, really pretty. But these are still cute, you know? And sometimes it's just nice to play with a classic shimmer. All right, cool. I want to, what do I want to do? I kind of want to bring in some more green, like to kind of play off of out here. So this is from the Persona 5 Royal Game Beauty collab. This is the shade Oracle. I really like these. I feel like they apply really nicely, even for like a cut creasy thing like this. So I'm just going to kind of trace like what I did as best as I can. It's hard to do this on camera because I like my mirror to be so close to my face. My face is practically inside of it. But I do feel like these apply really nicely without being too tuggy. So you can kind of like work at it a little bit slowly. Okay, that's the start. I need to just do the rest of it off camera. I'm sorry. Okay, I had a lot of talk about this green. This green literally started to dry out. So I have like half green on each fading into blue. The green's not very visible. I don't know if I want to just cover it all up with blue because I kind of like the transition. I think maybe we could add some face gems to like disguise that seam because I didn't even have enough green to like blend the blue and green together, unfortunately. I mean, I have just like these clear gems. I think that could be cute. So let me just add a couple of these. Just gonna take and plop one literally right on the seam where those two merge to start with. I'm gonna grab a chunkier one. Plop it maybe up here. Take another tiny one for maybe the front. Maybe one more medium-sized one like out here. Yeah, that's cute. I feel like that kind of just like added to it and hid the fact that my green malfunctioned, which is a shame. I guess this one is decluttered, unfortunately. All right, and this look still isn't done yet. I did want to pop a little bit of Stealth, I think, from the Adventure palette on that lower lash line. I thought it would be pretty. So I'm just going to take the packing side of that dual-ended Sigma brush and I'm just going to kind of smush some of this in the front of that lower lash line. Just taking little bits at a time and kind of fade it inward toward the rest of my eye. This honestly is a really pretty duochrome still. I feel like this one holds up really well. And then for the inner corner, I think Celestial is just going to be the one to go for. Just taking some on my finger and I'm going to plop it in that inner corner. I actually really like the blue-green graphic liner. I think it's cute and with the crystals. Kind of like a happy accident. All right, cute. I think we are looking good. I'm just gonna finish up my look now. I'm going to throw on my lashes, an eye pencil, something on my lips. I need to change out of my pajamas and do my hair. And I'll be back when I'm complete. Thanks so much for watching my video and hanging out. This is how the final look turned out. And I really, really enjoy it. I just threw on my Flutter lashes from Bright Lashes. My eye pencil is this multi-chrome pencil from Kaleidos. It's in the shade 7Cs. And then on my lips, I went with the Aurelia Liquid Lip from Menagerie. And I just love this overall vibe. I think it came out so cute and I'm really excited about it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you enjoy this video? Do you like this look? What did you think of the products I used? Do you still have these palettes? I would love to know. And also if you liked this video just in general of me playing with these throwbacky products, let me know. Obviously I would love to keep doing it, but it lies in your hands. It's up to you, my friends. Totally depends on how well like this video is received and if you guys end up enjoying it. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a vegetable emoji. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm battybean there as well. You can also subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. You can also join my channel memberships. Link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.